Hey, hi. Welcome to SatoriQuest Chess Academy's YouTube channel. Today we're going to see a little bit old game which happened in 1968 between Mikhail Botvinnik and Lajos Portisch. What is happening is currently our queen is getting under attack, and queen is getting under attack, and then he wants to chop off this rook on c7. So suppose we move the queen, and then he can just simply take our rook for free. So it is kind of a poisoned pawn, we say, but it is not. And that's what I want you guys to pause the video and check what is the best move after bishop c6. How are we going to survive? I mean, as a white, how are we going to survive this position? You can pause and think for a few variations, and then we're going to check all of that. Okay, so those who have found this rook takes c6, brilliant. And brilliancy will come if you can find few other moves after this, after b takes c6, because it's natural to give up the exchange and save the rook. But what happens after this? That's very more crucial. And here also, if you want to pause the video, you can think about it and find a great move, which is like completely destroying the black's king. Okay, so the move is rook takes f7. Such a brilliant move, right? Just simply sacrificing the rook without any support. The idea is king cannot take this because queen to c4 check. If you want to block with rook e6, doesn't work. Knight g5 completely destroys the position. Then what? How about queen d4 then? That also doesn't work. That is even worse because knight g5 discovers, and then queen is simply hanging. Then you may say, how about queen g6? That also is not that great because queen to g4 will come. Then king has to go to f7 again, and then knight to g5. And then once if king goes to g8, again queen c4. And then completely no way to stop this knight f7 and winning the coup. So there's a couple of moves, and king g6 also doesn't work because of the simple discovered attack and winning the queen. So a very nice looking rook f7 move, and Portisch nicely calculated everything and find out a good defensive move, which is h6. What it does is stops all the knight g5 business and asks our white rook to say, what are you doing here? You want to have to go back now. And that's what Botvinnik does, because we got the free pawn, and we still even we are down exchange, but with this much great coordination of the pieces, white will deliver a good attack. Rook b7, queen to c8, and here, here also one nice little check, queen to c4, king to h8. And now, as you can see, our rook is hanging. We can simply play rook f7, rook b6, but then uh, white plays this knight to h4, and very amazing move. Why? Because the next plan is, even if black takes this, queen takes b7. As you can see, this full diagonal is covered by our queen, and once we give this check on g6, king has only option to come to h7. Then our even bishop can join from e4 and participate in the attack. So bishop can also join in the attack. So knight h4 is a really attacking move where we're going to coordinate our pieces in such a way that all of them will participate in the attack. So queen takes b7 really happened in the game. Actually, other moves were not that great. Like you can say, why don't we play queen e6 then? Queen e6 simply loses the pawn. Just knight takes e5, and if you exchange, and then I'm simply like lots of pawns up, and position is completely solid. How about then king, let's say, goes here, knight h4, and then queen e6. Then queen e6 also doesn't work uh, because I can just simply play queen e4 and just continue with the knight g6 plan. So in the game, he just took this, which is completely bad. Knight g6 happens, this, and bishop e4. Now all of our pieces are in the game. Uh, Here now we're going to discover the knight and give the check. Black plays bishop d6 because he don't want to end up knight takes f8 with the discovered check with our bishop. So he plays bishop d6 and white just simply chops off the pawn. Not only that, he's just giving the check. And now only square remains is king to h8, but that's very bad because knight can either go to g6 or even f7 check is wonderful, because if you come here, I can just simply uh, take the bishop, attack the queen, and at the same time give the check. So the only good move is g6, but that is not working because bishop takes g6, king to g7, and the final blow comes from white is bishop takes h6. It's wonderful from Botvinnik, and here Portisch resigned the game because if king takes h6, you cannot escape from here because you're losing the queen straightforward. King f8, and then you take the queen, and suppose if you don't take, if you go here, then also queen f4, followed by uh, here if you go, then bishop f7 check, and then you have to give up the queen, otherwise it's checkmate. Or let's say you go to king h8, that also doesn't work because of knight f7 check.